In Huntsville, we don't just play basketball, we build futures. Every dribble echoes with possibility. Every shot aims for a brighter tomorrow. Here, the court is our classroom, and the ball is our ticket to something greater. We learn teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. But our game doesn't end when the final buzzer sounds. It continues in real classrooms with real mentors, pushing us to excel beyond the three-point line. This is more than an initiative. It's a movement, empowering us to become the leaders of tomorrow. Join us as we have Dr. Frederick Whitlow, who is the Youth and Family Services Coordinator, tell you about the program.
All right, so my name is Dr. Frederick Whitlow II. Most people know me as Mr. Whitlow or Coach Whitlow. I'm the Youth and Family Services Coordinator for Huntsville Housing Authority. Let me tell you a little bit about this program. So our executive director reached out to my supervisor and was like, hey, we need to try and reach more of our young men. They're just kind of like a lot of housing authorities and a lot of communities where there's a lack of resources. One of the things that's going to community, let's try and reach and try and get some of our young men on track. And because our executive director is a former player of basketball, played semi-pro, traveled all over the world. So we said, okay, let's put together a program. So me, I came out of a background of education, athletics, and then things of that nature. And I said, well, let's put together a Huntsville Housing Authority, youth basketball and education initiative. Now, what makes it really unique is that we're not just here to get kids off the street, coming from different areas of life. And for many, there are a lot of them that don't have good parenting or the lack of a parent in the home. But my thought was, it's one thing to play ball, but it's another thing to have a 3.0 GPA, 3.5, plays ball well, articulates well, has the ability to be able to be an engineer and still score on and off the court. So that's how the program came together. I had a opportunity to talk to some of our partners like Man Up Incorporated, talk to some of the former coaches, the City of Huntsville Parks and Rec, of course, our team, our coaching staff from the Housing Authority. And then as a result, we are now 17 months later, and we are almost 25, 30 young men deep every week, Tuesday and Thursday. I mean, amazing. We have them from all of our communities, whether that's traditional public housing, whether that's Section 8 or HCV, or whether that is just local community surrounding our communities. So here's the thing. So as a result of this, these young men getting together, we're meeting with them. Listen, we hit the round table. That means we hit the court. We have a devotion. We have affirmations. We do a school reading during the school year. We have a summer reading program. Then on top of that, we've been to the Cirque-Naro, Dr. Martin Luther King tournaments. We're actually headed to the Cirque-Naro Youth Leadership Conference coming up. And so this program has really evolved into something that we believe, and I know is going to be transformative, not only in nature, but in their educational journey, in their academics, in their ability to become productive citizens in this city and around the world. We know they're going to do great things. In fact, and I'm going to let you hear from them in a second, our young men have gone from failing grades to raising their grade they're raising their their grade point average from a failing grade to above C, and over half of our kids are now gone from a DC grade to now B or better. We have about 5 of them that are on straight honor roll. When they came to us, they weren't. We have others that are in the robotics program. We have others that are in debate, all from our communities where they say, can any good thing come out of public housing? Well, yes, it is. So I want you to check this out. And then after you get through getting this good stuff, I'm going to ask you to support us and also do something in your community, if not the same like us, something just as great. Here you go. All right. So could you tell us your full name, the organization that you work for, that's partnering with this initiative and your role.
My name is Mark Williams. I'm with NACE, the North Alabama Center for Educational Excellence, and I'm the coordinator for Upward Bound.
Awesome. So, for you, why is being a part of this partnership with Huntsville Housing Authority so important to you and your organization?
I feel like we should always have an opportunity to change the world. In my field, it's always good to try to educate the youth. So, being able to be with Huntsville Housing Authorities, the young men's basketball team, it'll just give me a chance to, tutor them, educate them in the best way they can, and hopefully they can understand it and carry on to, the next stage in their lives.
So in terms of NACE, tell us a little bit about NACE. What is so special and unique about NACE?
So we're a federally funded program by the government, meaning that all of our services and resources are free to anybody that needs it, as young as 6th graders up until you're an adult. So if you need to go back to college, we can help you with that. That's really all we do is the college readiness program. So, we can help you with tutoring, ACT prep, FAFSA scholarships, college applications, just trying to go back to college. That's just really the goal of NACE.
All right, a couple more questions. One is, for you, what do you enjoy the most about working with these guys?
They're a fun group of young men. I like to see them in their element, usually when they're on that basketball court just doing their thing. I know when I started working with them in November 23, they were immature, if I can be real, but, seeing them now, they've really grown and matured to be, quite young men. Just seeing the maturity out of them and able to do what they do passionately and being able to get there, they need to do the steps first to get to where they want to be in life, so.
If you had any words of encouragement or something to say to these guys and to guys that will in the future join, what would that be or said?
It's okay to make mistakes, fall short in life, go through the motions, but don't let that be you at the end of the day. So once you get that feeling, understand it, acknowledge it, trying to find ways to get out of that slump and become better from it, because yesterday's in the past, the future is yet to come, but just live in the present as it is now.
One more question I want to ask. So as an African-American educator, a young adult, and having gone through things yourself, why is this so important to young people, this initiative, to young people that come from disenfranchised communities, or they may have been one or two parentless, or so on and so on and stuff? Why is that important that they should be a part of this program?
I guess because they get to experience, they get to experience or try to understand life from a different point of view. Not being able to understand what these young men have went through in their lives, but just trying to give them courage, hope that, tomorrow can be what they want it to be as long as they set forward for what they want to do today. So that's what I believe in.
Let's clap it up, guys.
Hi, my name is Demontrus Briggs, and I live in Northwoods, Huntsville Housing Authority.
So, what's your position? What do you enjoy about your position? Tell me, first of all, what's your position, and what do you like about that position?
Okay, I play center, and what I like about that position is I get to see the court and all of the big man moves and everything. Yeah.
Cool. What do you like about the training, your training skill coach and Coach King and Coach Sean? What do you love about the coaching staff?
Oh, they'll definitely help you with your position, I say, and help you get more of it, I say.
What about academics? How important is academics in this program?
It's important.
Why is it important to you?
Because if you failing and everything, then that's like you got scouts coming out, and if they see that, then that's just like a no to them.
Okay. So what has been the best part of being a part of this program since you started?
Since I started, I say seeing players that come in, get better, and leave on better teams and everything.
You got in the program. What were you doing with your life?
I say trying to get on different teams, and I was going to the Boys and Girls Club, Calvary Hill.
So you didn't get in Calvary Hill or anything?
I got in Calvary Hill, Boys and Girls Club, but like we was just searching for teams, and I was looking for the right team to stay on.
So how were your grades before the program?
They was, I say, a C, D kind of.
So what are they now?
But now I say they're like high. Like my lowest grade is like an 80 something.
That's good.
See,
And the rest like A's.
what changed happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing different?
So that's a good question. So in terms of changes in your life, how has that changed you personally in terms of working in your family dynamic, maybe working with teachers? Did you have anger issues? What was the biggest thing for you?
No, I wouldn't say I had anger issues or nothing. I'll say I wasn't focused enough to put the work in for school. And now I've looked to like focus more.
All right, y'all clap it up, guys. So for you, how did you find out about this program?
Coach Willow came and approached me one day. It was crazy because I was trying to make the basketball team for Huntsville High School, but I missed tryouts. And then Coach Willow approached me one day out of the blue and asked me, do I want to play basketball? And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try.
So what has this mean? What does this program, the Huntsville, this basketball and education thing really mean to you?
It means a lot. It's brought me a long way. It's matured me more. My maturity level from where I was when I first joined the team from now has changed major. It's been a major difference. It definitely was a work in progress.
So is that academically? How about your grades?
Academically, is playing on the team has inspired me to keep my grades at a good, maintained level. It's inspired me to push harder, thrive harder in everything that I do, like sports-wise, academically, anything.
What do you like about?
So what is one thing if you had to convince a person you never met before to come into the program, how would you sell it to them?
I would tell them, if you come to this program and your grades are lacking, I would tell them that there's tutoring here. If they also want to just meet new people, that there's a lot of boys that play basketball here, and it's a lot of new people to meet and stuff.
So how are your grades now?
Good.
What were they before you got in here?
Before, I was at like C's and B's.
So what things are they doing to help you with your grades?
I go to tutoring sometimes, and they help me with my math and science because I was pretty bad at that. And then I brought my grades up from a C to an A.
So to be in this program, is there any type of requirements? Like, do you have to keep a certain grade average? Do you have to?
I'm pretty sure you have to have a C average.
Okay. So what are your plans for? You gonna play college ball? You wanna, what are you?
I'm gonna try out for college ball.
Okay. All right.
Where you from?
Well, my name is De'Arius Keyshawn Briggs. I'm from North Alabama community, and I'm in the Huntsville House and Authority basketball team.
All right, cool. So tell us why you like this program.
I like this program because before we even do practice, they'll help us with our work, see us what we're doing. They teach about God.
Cool. Okay.
Perfect.
First of all, tell us your name, first and last, and what neighborhood you are from, and Huntsville Housing Authority.
My name is Jeremiah Kason, and I live in Butler Terrace.
Okay. All right. Cool. What grade you are? What grade are you in, and what school?
I'm in 9th grade at Huntsville High School.
All right. So again, how did you find out about this program and want to be involved?
I found out about the program when my mom was with the housing authority and she felt like I should be a part of it.
Cool. So, what have you found to be the most unique part about this for you?
The most unique part, I would say, is the Bible verses we go over at the start of every practice, and we pray with each other.
Okay. Tell us about your experience learning in this program, tutoring. Maybe talk about the tutoring, and then also Man Up helping you become a man.
Man Up, they've been great overall. They've been practicing with us and all of that stuff. The tutors are always nice. They're always respectable, and they helped us with all of our work.
Cool. So tell us, grade-wise, what's your GPA and where you started from almost 17 months to where you are now?
My GPA is around a 3.4, and it hasn't dropped or increased really. I've just been at the same level.
Okay. What do you want to do with your life?
I want to be a mechanical engineer.
Okay, good. Okay, good. And how have you been able to overcome challenges by being a part of this program?
I've been able to overcome challenges by the quotes that Man Up have given us. They've given us confidence, and it just helped me overcome a lot of those challenges.
Okay, cool. Give us an example of how the quotes helped you and how working with the housing coaches have helped you.
At the start of every practice, they give us confidence, like peer, for example. At first, I wasn't very confident in handling the ball and getting myself involved in practices, and I've overcome that challenge.
Great, I love that. Another question. When you first started, you were involved in one sport. So tell us what has happened since you've been in the program. You're doing multiple sports. Talk about that.
Yeah, basketball, it's helped me realize that basketball isn't the only sport. Like, I can use other sports to help me get better at basketball.
So what are you doing now?
Now I'm involved in track and field.
And basketball.
And basketball, of course.
All right, cool. Clap it up, guys. All right, so what community do you live in?
I stay in Lincoln Park.
Okay, good. All right, so tell me, how did you find out about this program?
My friend, he had brought me to a practice one day, and I've just been here ever since.
So what do you find interesting that you would continue to stay with this program and not just kind of bounce around?
Well, it's helping me get better, like my skill, my work ethic, overall basketball.
How about grades? How has that impacted you going to school and really getting the books and not just playing around?
Well, I went from a C average to like a B and C average, so That's
awesome. That's awesome. What have you learned from the conversations outside the basketball practice?
Well, keep on going, never give up. Always put that work in, on and off the court. It's not always about basketball.
That's cool. For you, what has been the experience in the gym during practice that has made you feel like, wow, I can do this? I can really do it. Share that with us.
The scrimmages we play, I feel myself getting better and better each time we play. Coach told me to keep my head up. I started progressing and keeping my head up.
That's awesome. All right, one more thing. Where do you see yourself being in this program, to continue this program? Where do you see yourself going?
Making college level basketball.
That's good. Oh, y'all clap it up. That's good. Great. Okay, so listen, we're gonna kind of talk about, we're gonna do our affirmations. This is after Man Up does the great job sharing life lessons and things to remember as kings, as young kings turning into good citizens. So I'm gonna ask Ezra to do the first part of the affirmation that we close out before we practice. Then I'm going to ask my guy Demontrez to do the second portion, and then who's going to do the third? Okay, and Jatavius is going to do the third, and then we're going to do it in a round. So they're going to say it, and then we're going to show you what that looks like prior to our practice session. All right, what you got, guys?
I am a king.
I am a king.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am a leader.
I am a leader.
I'll be great.
I'll be great.
I'll dominate.
I'll dominate.
I'll elevate.
I'll elevate.
Family on me, family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
1, 2, 3. All out. 1, 2, 3.
All out.
1, 2, 3.
All out.
All right, so you're going to do it here. Bring it in, bring it in. All right, do it again in there. Here you go, it's on you guys.
I am a king.
I am a king.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I'm a leader.
I'm a leader.
I'll be great.
I'll be great.
I'll dominate.
I'll dominate.
I'll elevate.
I'll elevate.
Family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family. 1, 2, 3.
All out.
1, 2, 3.
All out.
1, 2, 3.
All out.
You have somebody in your first and last name and your role in this program.
My name is Bakis Wise Jr. I'm one of the assistant coaches. I'm helping with the basketball team.
All right, so what's the name of the organization you work with, and why did you and the organization choose this this program to support in your role? Okay.
So I'm a part of Men of America Nurturing Ushering Progress Incorporated. My role is president, and the reason why we chose to be a part of this program is because we're all about impacting the youth. We know how important impacting the youth is, because the youth is our future. So we just want to go out and teach them professionalism, ethics, and values so they can be prepared for the real world when they get older.
So what are some of the programs that you all have considered as a partner with this program? Some of the programs you've done with you on that.
Okay, so some include basketball. Others include other things like going to school, helping out with homework, as well as doing things like development, doing after-school programs, helping out with different things like professionalism, homework during school, and other aspects that they have.
You talked about etiquettes. What does the etiquette look like on a given Tuesday or Thursday here with the ties and so on and so on?
Okay, so just coming in and showing professionalism, respect, looking a man in the eyes and shaking their hand, little things like that go a long way. Learning how to put on a suit, tying a tie. That speaks volumes in the professional world as well as in the everyday life.
What makes this program different? There are a lot of sports programs and kids that come from low income or disenfranchised. Why did you choose this specific one as an individual and as an organization?
I would say it's family-based. It's authentic and it's true. You can actually see the improvement throughout the program. And it's a close connection through each and every ball player that we have and every student. There's a close connection. You can see the growth each and every day. And it's amazing seeing them go from one stage to the next. And that's why we choose to still come and impact these group of guys.
Tell us a little bit about this disposition of you guys as a group. Academically, what is the standard for men up and things like that?
Okay, so you have to do service. You have to at least have a 2.5 GPA. And you have to be active. You have to do a lot of service, and we have to actually see you around the community. So we're all about giving service to others and focusing on the importance of reaching the youth and those at-risk males in high school. So you have to be equipped to learn how to talk to other individuals and understand what they're going through. Even if they're having issues and problems, you have to have the character to go out and help those other young men out there.
Also, I want to talk about when we hit the circle before we even start the program. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about why that is so important.
It's basically a reset. Before we get started with basketball, you have to focus and understand why we're coming here today. So we have to start off with a prayer, get their minds right, and also bring them together as a family, bring us closer, because it's not always just about sports. It's about helping the next brother and building a bond and a connection that can go further in life.
Any closing thoughts on anything you want to share with you guys, and share with the folks why they should support this with their means, with their time, and with their finances?
This is a great group of guys. They're very talented. We have a great group of leaders, and I definitely see them doing great things in the future, each and every one of them. And just seeing them grow from the beginning, the first time I came here to now, is definitely a great program, and I'm seeing the growth in it. So, yes, great things, nothing but great things.
My name is Quentin Young. I am the homeownership and grants coordinator for the Huntsville Housing Authority.
So, the question, Q, is what do you think about this program? Why is this program so unique? What does it mean to you?
I think it's an impactful program because it takes the... I'm going to talk about you specifically, right? Because I think the uniqueness is that you're running it. You take the time to work with youth. You got a lot of experience. You've worked in different levels. You've worked in, juvenile halls. You've worked out in the neighborhoods for a long time. So I think that you have a unique expertise to be able to touch youth, to be able to not only be able to correct and not do it in a way that make people not come and stuff like that, but to really provide some kind of structure that I think is not common anywhere else that I've seen.
Okay, appreciate that. Tell us about your experience sharing and as a mentor and as a special guest for the program.
I think for me, my experience, it's been dope. I mean, the kids are dope. I know I look young in the face, so I look like I'm their age half the time, but I think that you got leaders here. They don't know it yet, but you got real leaders here. They all got their own mind. Them waking up, coming here every day, how they be respectful all the time, the prayers, to be able to, the captains and how they able to just take control and take the leadership. That's not something that people have all the time, but you've cultivated that. And that's been cultivated throughout this program. So I think that's the importance of it, and I just want to be a part of it.
So when you were having your conversation with the guys, what did you find unique about these young men when you were sharing your testimony and about the importance of education and leadership?
I think what's good about them is the fact that they listen, right? Because I think that it's easy to ignore when people giving you information when you a teenager. I've been a teenager. We all been a teenager before, and you feel like you know it all, or most of it, right? And I think them taking the time to listen and kind of seeing the connection and understanding that, it's just genuine love. Like, I don't want them to go through the things that people have seen, whether I've been through it myself or family been through it. And then I think my goal is for them to be able to have the awareness to be able to make the decisions for themselves, because we can't be there with them all the time. They're going to be alone, and it's going to be situations that come, and as young Black men, one decision could change everything, and you might not be able to come outside no more, so to be able to make good decisions.
So in terms of who you are, coming from inner city background, why do you think this is important? What's the significant things, because you can relate, and how do you relate to these guys when you share your message?
I mean, I come from, when I left Oakland, it was the fourth most dangerous city in the United States. I come from a long line of people in the drug game, and I've had my own issues. I wasn't raised by my parent, so I don't know everybody's story, right? But I know that I got one that's not unique in this environment, but when you go outside these environments, it is a unique story, right? And it's not often that people are able to go and take it to the next level from there. You need some kind of cultivation. You need some kind of mentorship. You need somebody to let you know that your intelligence, the things that you bring to the table, the things that you've learned along the way, positive or negative, can be conducive to a positive future.
All right, so finally, any points you want to share, tips that you think you want to give to these young guys that you want them to take with them being part of the Huntsville Housing Authority Youth basketball initiative?
I think the number one thing is that all things are possible. If you want to be an astronaut, plot it out and figure it out, and you can make it happen. If you want to be a race car driver, if you want to be anything that you want to be in this world, you can do. And I think my goal here is to provide the resources so you could do that. And I'm sure I know that's your goal here, and that's the goal of the program, to provide them with the resources to be able to do the things, whatever they want to do, whatever dream is in their head, because that's their dream. One of them want to be a lawyer, one of them want to be a fireman, and that's your dream. So chase it.
And to those that are listening, why should they support the Huntsville Housing Authority Basketball Youth Initiative, whether it's finances, whether it's whatever the case may be?
This is a unique program. I mean, I think just at a glance, it's like, oh, they playing basketball like everybody else. But when you have people that had the experience to know how to put together programs, program design, program development, and really write curriculums and things like that, that's a unique thing. And the structure of it, the expertise behind it is unique. And we just need the resources to continue with the growth.
Thank you. I love that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So as a result of this, these young men getting together, we're meeting with them. Listen, we hit the round table. That means we hit the court. We have a devotion. We have affirmations. We do a school reading during the school year. We have a summer reading program. Then on top of that, we've been to the Certain Arrow, Dr. Martin Luther King tournaments. We're actually headed to the Certain Arrow Youth Leadership Conference coming up. And so this program has really evolved into something that we believe, and I know is going to be transformative, not only in nature, but in their educational journey, in their academics, in their ability to become productive citizens in this city and around the world. We know they're going to do great things. In fact, and I'm going to let you hear from them in a second, our young men have gone from failing grades to raising their grade they're raising their their grade point average from a failing grade to above C, and over half of our kids are now gone from a DC grade to now B or better. We have about 5 of them that are on straight honor roll. When they came to us, they weren't. We have others that are in the robotics program. We have others that are in debate, all from our communities where they say, can any good thing come out of public housing? Well, yes, it is. So I want you to check this out. And then after you get this good stuff, I'm going to ask you to support us and also do something in your community, if not the same like us, something just as great. Here you go.
Coming in hot, yeah. I'm a bright young man. Kill the GPA and the BPM. Look, we on. So say what you say, cause that's A with Lecrae. From the A train to the